One of the most interesting reports generated by Control Green is the graph for a particular room for a particular day. In this case, room 1410 at the demo property shows some interesting characteristics, and I'll point them out. The first graph that shows on each of the screens, that when you select graph for that particular room, shows on the top the setting and temperature. The setting is the temperature at which the guest has set the thermostat. As you can see, the beginning of the day at midnight, the thermostat was set at 70 degrees and remained there until a little after 6 a.m., which time the guest increased the temperature to 75 degrees, and left it at 75 until 11 o'clock, lowered it to 74 until 2 o'clock, back down to 70 at 3 o'clock, and at 4 o'clock, shortly thereafter, raised it up again. The temperature in the room, the actual temperature in the room, then changed correspondingly based on what the guest was asking for. As you can see, it went down when the guest lowered it down to 70, stayed at 70 during the night, began to raise after the guest raised the temperature at 70 to 75 degrees at 6 a.m., and then stayed roughly at that level throughout the day. The humidity is the green line here. And as you can see, this property is located on the coast, and humidity will vary a fair amount as the doors might be opened or closed, and various activities take place within the room, showers and running the water, etc. The bottom graph indicates the following characteristics that you can see on the left-hand side of the screen. The red bar here indicates when the thermostat determined that the room was occupied, and therefore gave control of the thermostat to the guest in the room. The green lines on the motion line indicate when there was motion detected in the room by the thermostat. The red bar corresponding with heat here indicates that the thermostat was asking for heat in that particular room during the time period that the red bar covers. The blue bar corresponding with the line cool indicates when the thermostat was asking for cooling in the room. The next line that says inside indicates when the inside or entry door was open, and the line below that where it says open event indicates when the actual door opened or closed. The next line indicates the status of the outside door, which is the door going out onto the patio, and any events associated with that door opens or closes. As you can see, the door was opened from 2:30 until 4 o'clock, nearly 4 o'clock, standing open, the sliding glass door. The remaining bar here, the red bar, indicates that the power is turned on the thermostat on the display unit in the room, and the line below this that says bypassed, a green bar would be here indicating that the thermostat is bypassed and energy management is turned off. To cover this in a little more detail, you can see that at some point here, when the outside door opened, then the room, and no motion was detected, the room became unoccupied for a short period of time, but then remained occupied again when the guest activity was in the room. Again, from a little after 11, there was an open event which opened the outside door, and the thermostat determined that the status would be unoccupied for that period of time, and then when motion occurred within the room again, then the room became occupied again. Because the guest increased the temperature at 6:30 in the morning, asking for the room to be warmer, as you can see by this line here, the thermostat which had been in cool mode to keep it down to 70 degrees, then changed into heat mode to be able to respond to the guest's request to raise the temperature in the room, and remained in heat mode until a little after 8:30, when the temperature appeared to be satisfied. And as you can see by this graph, then the heat turned off for a while. During the night, when it was set at 70, some air conditioning was required to keep the temperature down in the room. And as you can see, that AC ran for during these periods of time.